Hello, welcome. I am stopping in for an individual mini Akashic reading for a lovely young lady who reached out last week and was patient waiting while I have been closed. My services were closed, and I was continuing to integrate the massive personal and collective clearing that I spoke about last week in regards to a huge quantum repair of not just my atlas nerve and head, but that of many bodies within the quantum that I have been in and other people have been in, as well as a repair for the collective conscious, unconscious, and cellular genetic memory of women who were killed for a variety of reasons, including none at all. All four of the existences that I spoke about in the live last week um, that were recalled by me during two different quantum healing and quantum integration, essentially quantum hypnosis events, were women who were being pursued for some kind of murderous end. Um, so anyway, there's been a massive clearing, and I have been closed while I was clearing all this crap from my neck and head. And when I say neck and head, I am not just talking about the physical body that you see here, and I am not just talking about me. Like I said, I'm talking about all of the bodies and not bodies, all of the beings and non-beings that I have been, or that some aspect of the oversoul is remembering, or that through the interconnected weaving of all things that is consciousness, that other people have also experienced and been remembering. So again, welcome. I'm here to do this mini Akashic reading for somebody. I did have a message or two today, yesterday and today, asking about when services with me resume, if you would like to book a session. I had announced services would resume on the 26th. 26th and 27th are full. I have one 3-hour time block that will be available on the 28th. So that is if you are somebody who wants to take advantage of the quantum consciousness exploration for your own integration, healing, capacity building, and curiosity purposes. I am offering the next 3 people who reach out to me in the next like 2 or 3 days $40 off the regular exchange. And that's actually in honor of the massive repair and results that I've just had myself. And again, I never bring anything to you as practitioner that I do not extensively experiment, engage, and interface with myself as a client. So 28th, I will have a 3-hour window time open for a full-length BQH session, or if there's somebody who wants to connect for an audio, like a voice-only session, or another, 1-hour session on Zoom, that is also available. I will not be available for public booking on Sunday the 29th. We'll be having private small group, which we have not had in some time. Invitations and information will go out about that soon. So those of you who have been active regular members of the private occasional small group that is hosted through my Zoom link, Kenna and I, as well as I believe Yael and a few others are planning, Noel and Ireland are planning to host and meet on the 29th. And then I already have a private collaborator session that day. So if you'd like to book with me, I have the 28th and a 3 hour block on the third Monday, the 30th. And every day until my children resume their regular schedules, I will have up to a 3 hour time window available from the 28th, 30th, and forward. So again, if you'd like to work with me, I would be honored to connect with you. I have one spot left for my quantum combination promotion, which is normally $9.99, and I'm offering it for $6.10, and that is actually a BQH quantum consciousness exploration session and a full length 60 to 75 minute advanced quantum clearing and energy repair session. So if that feels like it's for you, reach out to me. If we have not ever worked together before, I will need to have a discovery call either on Zoom with you or on the phone. And Zoom can be done on the phone. If you're somebody, and by the way, if you are someone who I have connected with extensively for the last few years on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram, and we just haven't yet connected for our first session, I am open to doing a quick audio call. If I know you and I have seen your face before on Twitter, that's fine. If you are anonymous, you do not email me without your full name, your phone number, your social media handles, and what services you are inquiring about. So again, those services are all booked on my public booking page, stan.store/Sarah Descending. Promotions, if they're limited promotions, such as the 3 people for this BQH special, go ahead, send me an email, DM me if you have the ability to do so. Comment below on this actual post, hey, I want to reserve this with you. Here's my email, and I will reach out to you. So with all of that said, I would love to connect with you. I will be offering periodic, interesting, small group, publicly available events in 2025 every 6 to 12 weeks. I'm still deciding if it will be seasonal or a little bit more often than seasonal. These will be small group public energy work sessions. However, public does not mean that you get to come. It means that the public is invited, and myself and my collaborators cultivate and curate for the integrity of the container who is allowed that access. And I'll also begin doing small group quantum consciousness mini explorations. So if that's something you're interested in, stay tuned. It's very likely that Yael and I may begin some exclusive training of the modality that we've developed together towards the later part of the year. So again, if that's something you're interested in, you can go ahead and let us know that you'd like to be on an early bird consideration list. Speaking of Yael, many of you will know that we are offering a raffle for our joint advanced quantum energy clearing and repair sessions. This raffle or the drawing will be on the 31st. Tickets are $17 a piece. We do have a minimum that we have to sell in order to be able to extend the grand prize to someone. So if you are interested in connecting for a potentially 90-minute to 2-hour session that normally is priced at $620, go ahead and get yourself a ticket or 3. I will link to posts with instructions for that later. Also, if you're somebody who supports our work and you yourself have worked with us and you don't need the session, but you would like to ensure that somebody else may be able to get one, you're welcome to make a ticket donation. And you can just let us know that you want to be excluded from the drawing, but wanted to make a donation so that somebody who really needs it could potentially get that advanced session. There will be 8 first prizes of mini Akashic readings with me. Those are valued at $44, like what I'm doing here on this live that you're going to see shortly. They run 15 to 20 minutes in length. And then an additional 2 people as runner-ups will receive a free entry into the next raffle drawing that we offer for one of these very effective, very contained small group sessions, or not small group, the joint collaborative session, which we will do another one probably in March. So welcome. I have already set the container for the client's mini Akashic reading. Names do remain anonymous on these. However, in order to book one of these, I have to have a photo of you and your full name, not because I need it. I do not need it to access the energetic realms, but to ensure your integrity and authenticity in coming into a collaboration and reciprocity with me. So that's pretty standard in energy work, intuitive energy work offerings. Both of my early teachers required it. So I continue to require that if you'd like to work with me, you do need to plan to be on camera, and you need to provide your full legal name and email address and a cell phone number as part of my booking policy. And for anybody who is new and finally ready to open up their offering or make their intuitive readings public, I highly recommend that you do this as well. And use your discernment. The phenomenal Candace Craw-Goldman, who is the originator of BQH, always says very boldly, without remorse, I love you, Candace. I'm not the practitioner for you. If they will not provide that information for you, you simply say, I am not the practitioner for you. And I have no qualms in doing that. I have done it many times, especially when my offerings were not as paywalled. I do not have to do it nearly as often now, but that is why. So if you're a new practitioner, I'm also offering a variety of mentorship, kind of like practitioner coaching. That is priced differently than my offerings right now. Do feel free to reach out to me if you are interested in investigating that potential option. And then some of you may know, I haven't talked about it in a while, I do privately offer quantum Akashic mentorship and initiation. I have only been guided to offer that to 3 people who are phenomenal practitioners and amazing mystics themselves. So it is not listed publicly, but if you're somebody that has worked with me a lot and you're ready to move into a deeper and more expanded cosmic quantum understanding and interfacing with the true Akash, which is spirit, do feel free to reach out privately. So with all of that, I would love to connect with you. Feel free to reach out. I did have another question about emotional release. It no longer is it going to be a public offering, simply because it's something that I prefer to include for those who pay premium for Descend to Ascend. So soul guided emotional release and energy clearing or energy repair is available as part of Descend to Ascend, which is my premium depth quantum package. And then if there is somebody who would like to reach out, I did list it for the holiday season. You can book one right now, but it will go back to being unpublished. And if you're someone who would like to potentially explore having one of those sessions with me, it is priced the same as quantum clearing and energy repair. So I know that people really enjoyed that. However, this is part of how I protect my peace and energy and make sure that those who are asking for that level of that depthness of a session are ready to assist in traversing their own depths and do that clearing. So again, a few more days that you could book one of those, and then it will go to being unpublished and available to you as part of Descend to Ascend. And I reserve the right to refuse that if it doesn't feel to be an appropriate item of inclusion in that. Anyone who's been a client in 2023 and 2024 who engaged with that is welcome to request one of those sessions, and know that you will be paying regular rates for it. There won't be any old rates or sliding scale honored for that particular modality. I will be releasing a little bit of information about how to potentially explore accessing a sliding scale session with me. They will still be rare. I will offer a certain number of them a month. I have published a little bit of information about this. For the most part, if you cannot afford working with me in single session chunks, then I'm going to recommend that you direct your attention to booking a multi-session package with me, which essentially makes my rates what they were before we had a rate change. So my focus has shifted to multi-session packages, which are still priced similarly to what my sessions were for most of 2024. I will consider, for established and aligned individuals, an occasional single sliding scale session, and it will never, unless you are a confirmed member of my small group who I consider a collaborator, you're somebody I would see for energy work myself, I will never go below half of published single session rates. So I hope that that information is helpful. I hope that it helps weed out a little bit of, shooting an email to ask one question. I will be open to doing 1 to 2 of those types of sessions per week if I feel that you cannot engage my services for a multi-session package, and I'm feeling guided to work with you anyway. For the most part, though, if you want it, you will find a way. Everything that has been important to me, and I am a mother of 4 living in a solid middle-class neighborhood, which means our prices for everything are out insane. I am living in the same world in the same United States of America that you are. And everything that I have wanted that has mattered to me, that I knew was going to change my life, I have found a way. So if it matters to you, you will find a way, you will make the time. No, and this isn't just about working with me, this is about everything in life. You will make the time, you will find the money, you will learn to prioritize and not approach people with an entitlement, a feeling of poor me or entitlement. So that's something that's come up a lot, which is why for all of this past year, I have not offered sliding scale sessions. But I'm going to experiment again, hopefully to continue offering my very effective depth quantum energy work to people who are already established or people who are very committed and on their way up. So I hope that makes sense. Thank you guys for listening. I would still be honored to work with you. I would love to get to know you if it's aligned for us to work together. There will be a form. There's going to be an intake form or an interest form that will be shared both on my Sandstore booking link and probably in my bio, that new prospective clients who would like to begin working together are able to fill out. And then all new clients, unless you're somebody I've gotten to know well and consider a close acquaintance or friend, will be asked to book a discovery call by phone or Zoom. And no, you may not have my phone number. It will be on Zoom audio if you're someone who I'm willing to meet with without video. Say you're driving and you have time for a quick 15-minute call. That's kind of what I'm talking about. So again, I guess I'm also wanting to mention the parasocial behaviors that I've been witnessing online and have been on the receiving end of recently. This is something that I knew going in, making my offerings public 2 years ago. I knew that this would come up, and it does come up in varying degrees from time to time. I would like to ask all of you to gauge your behavior and your energy. Where are you directing your energy at people online? I have talked to multiple women that have a social media presence online, other practitioners, women who may have another niche. And there's been numerous targeting and attempts at hooking, courting, receiving personal information. So, an attempt to get personal information, personal details, so on and so forth, that is coming up is quite concerning to me. It's not just males who do this, women do this to others as well. Women do this to other women a lot, unfortunately. Uh, the goddess triggers those who are not yet ready to embark upon her path, but are close enough to know what they see when they're seeing it. And that is something that I have lived with. I have been a living, breathing trigger just merely by existing for a long time, as have many of you. I know that this is a situation and a sense of things that many people feel or experience from time to time. But I do want to call to account and ask that everybody, with the love and the encouragement that I offer as a conduit stream for the True and Quantum Akash, would like to encourage you to evaluate uh, your sense that you are entitled to somebody's energy or image or inbox beyond what they're openly and authentically offering online. So the way to connect with me off app is to book a session or a discovery call. So anyway, again, thank you for being here. I've set the container. I'm going to just humbly, but with great confidence in knowing who and what I am, come forward to the True and Quantum Akash and request with gratitude that I be allowed to access the primary substance that is the Akasha as pertains to this client today. Just shielding and protecting the energetic space, stating, as I already did prior to starting the camera, but stating that certain energies, entities, beingnesses, technologies, so on and so forth, are not welcome here. And if they try to intercede or even observe, they will be without remorse and in great love and compassion taken to the most appropriate place in and out of space, time, and time space for the clearing and redemption of the energies that they are composed of. And we just thank the real, true, original black light of the magnetic womb that births all real light. We come before this light that is the Akasha Spirit, the holy and divine spirit. Ask that everything we bring through for this client is for this person's growth, guidance, shared in love, and will assist this individual in walking the path of the most benevolent outcome for all. So that has been, consent has been given, the Akash is allowing the reading for this person. So the first thing that I need to say, and I was actually shown this earlier today, I understand that you are embarking upon a move, a pretty significant move. And what I was shown earlier today is that it's going to be important when you leave your current residence and maybe like your current state, province, wherever it is that you live, you are leaving there for the last time. The Akashic recommendation is for you to create a direct route. You could think of it as a portal or as yeah, like a soul portal, like we might use in a BQH session, a consciousness travel portal. But you want it, what I'm seeing for you is your guidance in the Akash is suggesting that you actually, with your consciousness, your mind, heart, coherent heart and mind, womb too, if you've been able to bring that up into coherence, build a capsule cylinder shaped travel portal that goes from where you're leaving to where you are going. Infuse it with the highest and most expanded divine original source light. Um, with some shungite energy and with some black tourmaline as well. And then swirl in some kind of maybe opalescent or pearlescent kind of colors, and use those, allow those energy frequencies to assist as you begin your journey. So think of it as in the quantum or within the Akash, this is in an instant. But in the physicality that you are, you're going to be driving or flying for this distance, but you've already gotten there. It is already done. And intend that this be for the best for your family, for your loved ones, for your relationship, if you're in a partnership, um, that the weaving of your personal and then these group timelines be supported by this move. Really feel the capsule that you've created, and you can think of it as you are traveling as a divine shield of protection and support as you embark upon this big journey. So that was really important. In fact, I was told before we began today that this was going to be, of everything that I could share with you, this is likely the most pressing or the most like relevant now, this now bit of information to offer. And I would like to mention that everything that comes forward from me as a conduit stream of the True Akash is an offering that is being offered, extended to you. However, no matter how we choose to phrase things in these sessions, do know that it is simply an offer, and your autonomous free will and sovereignty is completely honored and respected by the primary substance that you are part of, that I am part of, that we are all weaving with. So let's see what else is important for the session today. This move, this relocation is going to be a very, very important threshold of transformation for you. And this could be for your, family unit as well, but specifically for you. I'm seeing that there is some clarification that is needed for the path that you are on and where you are planning to go will be supportive to the clarification, the personal clarification and inner work that you're being called to do this coming year and upcoming months. So I am being shown like a beautiful kind of nature trail, a park with a really large pond or maybe a small lake. I do see these occasionally. In fact, I used to see nature scenes as part of the Akashic sessions all the time. And now, sometimes if it's relevant, we will see it. And if not, other information is shared. It's really important for you to connect with the land at this particular location. I am hearing that you will know that this is it when you see it. Um, Connecting with this land frequency is going to be supportive of the energetic clearing and removal of um, energies and even other maybe technologies, or I'm seeing some different fibers within the Akasha showing me within the realm of like the eyes, behind the eyes, and the energy bodies that may be affecting the physical body as well. That clear sight, developing the true and clear sight that you've already begun coming into is a major focus for 2025. Um, there is some clearing and repair work that would be beneficial. Um, you'd be welcome to, reach out to me for, full length session or sign up for the raffle. I keep being drawn to the area of the eyes and behind the eyes. So there is something that I feel may be occasionally interfering with either your physical or energetic vision. However, this isn't a clearing session. So I just wanted to offer it because the Akash has been really like drawing my attention to this area since we first connected last week. So do know that that's coming up. I think that if you are prone to eye strain, fatigue, and or headaches, this sort of a clearing will be beneficial to that. Um, there is a need to make sure that you are unplugging on a regular basis. I'm seeing like limiting limiting time online, but not just from a purely utilitarian perspective. There is really a calling to come deeply into the presence of this physical reality and begin weaving, story weaving, energy weaving, the multidimensional aspects of you into the body and reality that you're in. There will be some evolution and upgrade in your offerings and practitioner abilities in the next 18 months as you embark upon this work, interpersonal work of evolution and growth. Um, there is a really, really sweet black and white, like a small black and white dog, as part of your loving um, guidance and soul connection in the Akashic Chamber. Um, just feeling into if he has any messages he'd like to share. Uh, this dog is really wanting me to convey a message about being open. Be open, he says, or she says. Be open to new experiences, new people, new comprehensions and understanding of the reality itself, of your purpose. Allow the um, openness to not um, interfere or interrupt your discernment, but be open to the catalyst and threshold that this big relocation is as a new heart expansion. And with this heart expansion, he's showing me like 4 or 5 layers of other energy bodies or other parallel and quantum incarnations that you are going to be assisting other yous, other aspects of your soul's journey and experience that are happening now in the simultaneous now. You're going to be really, really assisting um, if you say yes to the heart space expansion. I am seeing a lot of blue. There's also, it's interesting when I put a blue shirt on. I'm now seeing a lot of a blue frequency within your Akashic chamber. Um, it is going to be important as you begin these expansions to, with awareness, allow a release and a flow that feels to me like you have been reserved about before. Um, when we resist the Akash and this beautiful little dog are what I need to convey. When we resist, there is more tension, more restriction. And sometimes the whole point of an energetic expansion like this is to assist in clearing out that which is no longer serving, shedding layers that aren't really even you, so that you can come into the remembrance of your whole soul sovereignty. And what I'm seeing is that while on the outside other people may feel you as go with the flow, there's some compartmentalization where you have um, prevented a full, coherent, cohesive flow as the inner protector and inner child. Typically, I'm finding that those two work together. Those two parts will work together a lot to continue trying to protect and keep things in a well-contained, safe, and understandable framework. But what will happen is if this energetic expansion that you have said yes to is fully in motion and you are resisting excessively, instead of it being a beautiful flow, like I'll see the energy kind of melt into like the liquid plasma love that I talk about often in my work, or some kind of an aspect of the cosmic waters of life. What will happen is instead of that flow being able to assist the clearing and release of things that are no longer serving and energies that need to go and be alchemized, there can be a shattering. So one thing coming through for you specifically is to always know that you can slow it down. You are not a prisoner to any of these processes. You can slow it down. You can ask for it to be paused. But there is an element that yourself, one of your expanded selves, wearing a blue, like a satiny blue, almost this shade, a little darker, a satiny blue shawl in your Akashic chamber, is saying like the challenge here is assisting you in walking the line of what feels healthy, generative, evolutionary in a growth process, while yet retaining, so allowing some flow while not I guess surrendering in a way that would be too much or uncomfortable for you. So do know that you are connected to the divine and you can ask for this process to slow down or to pause for a bit, and know that you are beloved, honored, and cherished. There is daughter energy within the Akashic Chamber that wanted to say hi. I am unsure of what your family life currently is. I don't know if you have a daughter or if um, maybe you've not had children yet, and that may not be your plan for this life either. But there is the energy of daughter, both daughter that you have been and daughter that you will or have had in some kind of quantum version of existence. She's showing herself to me at about age 6, 5.5 or 6. Um, this is somebody that you would consider a soulmate, where we do have multiple soulmates or soul connections, very close. You could think of them as soul family that we incarnate with and do things with in many, many, many different versions of existence. And uh, she right now wants me to tell you that the color frequency by which you can contact aspects of her in the soul or higher self form, because I'm seeing her as a child and I'm also seeing the everlasting, infinite, whole soul of wisdom, experience, and love that she is. Her color frequency right now is sort of a middle of the purples. So do be connecting with this energy. There is likely part of this heart space expansion. She's asking me to tell you, and you're there still in expanded self form in the blue. Part of the heart space expansion and kind of growth that you're embarking upon this year is going to involve looking at ancestral memory. Um, there are some close lineage woundings that you have experienced, and also some that were not your personal direct experience, that were inherited genetically, that is affecting the heart. It um, she's showing me it is both sides of the family. I am feeling like the Akash is very sure that the lineage work you may feel called to do first is going to be in regards to your mother or your mother's particular family line. Ash would like me to reiterate, as I often do, that while ancestral healing is important, it also does not have to be something that you do alone. You do not have to be the one to carry it all the time, and you can break the chain of these cycles of trauma or patterns that are being inherited through each generation. You can stop that and release the chains from yourself and avoid, as long as the inner work is embarked upon, avoid passing them down to your children or future ancestors. So that's coming up for you, but with the caveat that this doesn't have to be all on you. Um, Making sure that you're connecting, the dog is here again, and really wanting to make sure that you are connecting with members of the animal kingdom. This is very important for you. It does not mean that you have to get a pet. So if you don't have one, or you're not able, wherever you live, maybe you're not able to have one, it is still important for you to be connecting with a variety of loving animal souls. It feels to me like there is a recommendation coming through that as you move and get settled, there may be an opportunity, or you could seek out a volunteerism opportunity in working with like the no-kill shelters or rescues in the area that you're moving to, just on a volunteer basis. And that may be its own beautiful expansion. I do feel like you either have dogs or you have had dogs. There's lots of uh, um, loving energy from canine souls in the Akashic chamber and within your templating as this human that you are right now. there is going to be some potential work that comes up as you embark upon your own clarification and refinement work that does have to do with a regressive, what I find to be a regressive or uh, malevolent group that many would call the mantids. So I do need to mention that the Akash is showing me that may come up for review for you. So I'm just going to ask if there's anything else that is pertinent or relevant for the highest good and expansion, growth, evolution. Um, it feels like nutritionally you are really pretty solid. I'm hearing that when you're not, you know that you're not, and you feel it in your body. Um, Specifically, there's a recommendation that more broth and more minerals um, be consumed. And you may consider, again, I'm not a doctor and this is not medical advice. I'm just going to mention, you may consider researching appropriate like B12 levels, um, looking into some gentle like thyroid support and or B vitamins, specifically as far as liver information or health information, what is being specifically recommended for you at this time, as well as, that's why I said liver, gentle liver support, because you are embarking upon this heart space expansion in which numerous things are going to be coming to the surface to release, trapped emotions being one of them. And oftentimes the liver and gallbladder are supportive of our ability to hold on to certain emotional energy that we're not yet ready to release, or that we are having to hold onto for a time for karmic reasons or capacity building purposes. So the liver has been supporting that. And as you embark upon this heart space work, there is going to be just some focus, just bring some focus and attention to intuitively supporting the liver specifically. So anyway, thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate it. If you'd like to work with me, I've given lots of information about it. If you would like to enter the raffle, um, you have a few more days to do so, another week or so before we do the drawing and announce again 1 grand prize winner, as long as we sell enough tickets to offer that, of a 90-minute joint advanced quantum energy clearing and repair session. This is a very, very effective, gentle, and intense container offered by myself and Yael. Eight first prizes of a mini Akashic reading, such as what I did tonight, will be delivered via live stream over in January, February, maybe into March, depending on what my schedule looks like. And then 2 people will win or receive a free entry into the next raffle. So again, would love to work with you. Feel free to reach out about booking, and I will talk to you soon. If you observe this time of year, I wish you a beautiful time of whatever tradition is most aligned and most appropriate for you. I encourage you to feel into that alignment. Just because it's tradition doesn't mean it's good. And I wish you all the best and everything that you need for clarification, authenticity, and evolution. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye. All the best.